In this video, we're going to be talking about one of the most underrated places to visit in Thailand. This place truly surprised me at the time, and I thought it wasn't going to be nearly as good as it was. So in this video, that's what we're going to be talking about, guys. So be sure to stick around to the end so you can hear about the whole journey, the entire story. You don't want to miss it. I'm going to be telling you guys how I spent my 40 hours in the amazing Chiang Rai that is such an underrated place. To start off, we actually did an initial drive from Chiang Mai to Chiang Rai, which was about 3 hours. It's a very smooth ride. There's a couple of mountains on the way, but surprisingly, the Thai roads, especially even in the rural areas, were surprisingly good. After a 3-hour ride, we end up in Chiang Rai, and straight away, we're in just some random location in Chiang Rai. There's picture spots absolutely everywhere already, and we're not even at a main landmark or something. And it's just crazy. Like, look at these views. It's absolutely insane. And it just goes to show that even just exploring to some random place, that you can find picture spots almost absolutely anywhere. We didn't plan to take these photos at the time, but as it turned out, it was just an amazing picture spot. We actually booked an Airbnb, which was a 2-story townhouse, but it was an amazing townhouse. I'll show you guys a little bit of footage of it. And of course, before we went to the townhouse, don't let me forget, we went to KFC, because I went with my sister and a friend to this Chiang Rai trip. I told them about like the differences of KFC to Australia, because Thailand KFC has this like sweet custard dessert thing, and they also have this really spicy chicken. It's not really spicy, but it's also like lemony, zesty, a little bit sweet. And I definitely think KFC Thailand is better than Australian Thailand. Day number 2, which I call in my notes Action Day. This is where we went to the infamous white temple called Wat Rong Kun. Let me practice my Thai. Swadakap, Wat Rong Kun Kap. Which absolutely did not disappoint. If you look at Google images of this white temple, you will see exactly what you're going to see in real life. It did not disappoint. It actually kind of went past my expectations, because there was like other places to see within the temple surroundings. There was an art museum that we didn't go to because there was like 100 baht entry fee or something like that. But even the white temple itself had quite a steep entry fee, which I'm going to be talking about other temples further into this video. But most of the things did not need an entry fee, so you're still able to get some really nice shots. And if you're on the budget, and honestly, you can just come here for free, and there's not many like paid entrance places, especially in Chiang Rai, thankfully. So just taking photos. I'm going to show you some videos here of us going around this amazing temple, and there's even some gold, like mini gold temples. I'm wearing my sunnies, you know. And this day was really hot. Like, I was burning my ass off, so I had to always hide in the shade or take breaks in the air conditioning places where they had air conditioning around this temple. But overall, white temple, 9 out of 10. The temple was surprisingly good. And yeah, kind of a lot of tourists, but online they say that the tourists were just so many tourists and all this stuff, but it wasn't as bad as they said. Next was the Black House. I thought it was a temple at first, but after reading the reviews, turns out it was a museum. And as we got there, it was definitely a museum. It is on the kind of like on scary end. There's very interesting artworks, kind of gruesome, dark, emo artworks. That's pretty interesting. It's definitely worth going there. There is an entry fee. Let me put up the entry fee price there. Not too bad. It's worth there going. If you're going to go with your friends or something, take a couple of photos. All the photos have a scannable QR code which links to an Instagram filter, which is really interesting, as you can see, and it plays like really spooky music, and you know, they're showing eagles and bulls and all these kind of animals. It's very interesting. Some Chinese guy drew it. I think it was some Chinese guy, a Thai guy. He looks Chinese with his big beard and bald head. But very interesting place. The toilets in the Black House were interesting, to say the least. They were not really clean. I'll give it like a 7 out of 10, 6 out of 10, 6.5 out of 10. Where it's still like a visit, but if you're in a hurry, you don't have to visit it, but still worth going there if you have time in Chiang Rai. Next was the Blue Temple, which I absolutely enjoyed, because what is there not to love about the color blue? You know, the temple has some gold accent, but if you love the color blue, oh my, you're gonna be in absolute heaven, because this place is just completely blue. And I got some nice shots here. It was right about 4 p.m, 5 p.m, and the sun was still out, but it was kind of like gray skies, but still amazing shots of the blue temple. You can go inside the blue temple. This is a completely free temple at the time of this recording, so definitely suggest the blue temple, because as per the name, it's blue. Everything is blue. Everything around it is blue. The structure is blue. What can I say? It's blue, you know. Straight up, honestly, this is a 9 out of 10 temple for me. I think the artwork was really interesting. The person who created the temple definitely liked the color blue. Did I mention that this temple's blue? Definitely a must visit, guys. Definitely visit the blue temple. It is blue. Just to keep in mind, guys, we visited all these temples. This was the White House, the Black House, the Blue Temple, and the Goddess Temple, all in one day. So guys, it is possible to do all these temples in one day, but I definitely suggest going from the morning to around about finishing at 6 p.m. to seeing all these temples, so you give yourself enough time to really experience all of them. At least spend like 2 hours, 1 hour at each of them. And yeah, that will give you plenty of time to see these amazing places. Last but not least, guys, this was the Goddess Temple, which actually probably was my favorite out of the bunch and gave me the biggest surprise, because I just searched up like, you know, Chiang Rai temples to explore, and everyone says, you know, go to the Goddess Temple. But when I actually got here, when I actually got to the Goddess Temple, I was shocked at the sheer scale of this temple. And the actual drive to the Goddess Temple, you're kind of like driving, and then boom, like you see a massive structure just like in the sky, and then these like white dragons flowing from the goddess statue. It's honestly breathtaking, and it felt like it was straight out of like a movie or some sort of video game. It was honestly a must visit place in Chiang Rai. Once we got there, we saw that there was 3 main kind of structures. There was what I called the Ninjago structure, which also had these like little cute animal and a dinosaur. We took a couple of photos of that because it was kind of cute. Yeah, it was a good one. Ninjago! And I'm guessing that's a souvenir store, the Ninjago structure. Ninjago is a Lego game from my childhood. And then the second one in the middle, which was kind of, I think it was smaller than the Ninjago structure anyway. It's basically just a replica of the White Temple. This is the White Temple. But there was more steps. You had to walk up the steps, and we did actually go inside this temple, I'm pretty sure, if I have some footage here. And it was basically just the White Temple with different interior designs. It's pretty decent, but I think what everyone is here in this area for is for, of course, the goddess statue. And this thing was absolutely enormous. You could see from wherever you're standing around this vicinity of this goddess statue that this thing is just crazy scale, and it makes you wonder, like, how did they actually create this thing? And when you're in that area, I felt so present. I felt like, yo, this is literally a video game. Yo, this is not real life. This is crazy that we're going to the White Temple, all these kind of temples. But last but not least, I'm not expecting anything from the Goddess Temple. I'm expecting like just like some statue, some, you know, Buddha statue kind of thing. But this thing was enormous in scale, you know. And I'm just wondering, like, how did they actually make this thing? So anyway, we head up the stairs. It's cool dragon designs come from the goddess statue. Probably a lot of lore and story behind these temples that I've not even delved into, because it's so intricate and it's all in Thai probably, and you gotta find like English translated website. I don't know what I'm talking about. And then there was like this "you shall not pass" guardian guy guarding the goddess statue, I guess. And it was pretty cool. Even just to walk up those dragon steps and see the goddess temple and look up was enough for us, and we'll just taking a couple more photos. And then yeah, that was kind of it for the temple journey of the day. We just went to I think we went to like a buffet afterwards, or some sort of food place, I forgot. But after that day, Chiang Rai was all complete. We were very happy, we were very satisfied with our Chiang Rai journey. Chiang Rai was absolutely underrated. I'm over here in Japan still talking about Chiang Rai, so there must be something about it, of course. If you want to travel like me, I'm traveling all around Thailand, even to Japan now. If you guys want to learn how I did it, how I solo traveled, how I made it all happen, and you want to do the same thing that I'm doing right now, be sure to click the link in the description. So I teach you about solo travel and everything you need to know, how to make income online, the best places to stay in Thailand, and how to travel around. everything like that. Be sure to click the link in the description right now. It'll change your life forever. I've been given this amazing opportunity to record these videos in this amazing room in Japan, and I'm going to be making Japan related videos now, if you guys didn't realize. But yeah, as always, stay strong.